Some folks do get us confused with the water utility here at Oro Valley, but we are surface water folks. We are worried about the waters that you see on surface, in the washes, whereas the water utility really is subsurface and serving potable water, drinkable water. We've got two goals here at the Stormwater Utility. One is to manage the stormwater quality or the stormwater runoff. Tucson takes its drinkable water or potable water from the ground. So we pump it up out and then serve it to our residents. So with that in mind, it behooves us to make sure any runoff that is infiltrating back down into the ground is as clean as possible. That's one of our primary goals. The other is floodplain management. And what that really has to do with is minimizing the potential for property damage and loss of life. We've got a multitude of issues, and first and foremost is the monsoon season. Nobody can predict how much water is going to fall from the sky. Everybody is susceptible to flood risk. I really want folks to know we cannot tell Mother Nature to stop raining once we've hit our limit. We've had enough, we're done, please stop raining. You may have heard the 100-year storm event. That's what we're asking our folks to design to. It is an industry standard to use that 1% storm as our traditional design. So the banks on the Cañada del Oro Wash are designed to a 100-year storm event level. Our traditional channels inside a subdivision, our box culverts, our pipes, our drainage pipes, are typically designed to that 100-year water surface elevation and storm event. And that does provide what we call an all-weather access, so people can navigate and exit their home should an emergency arise, even in the craziest of storm events. We get really busy monitoring assets outside of the monsoon season. We've got a lot of sand moving through the town of Oro Valley here, and it happens to settle in some of the drainage culverts in our drainage infrastructure. So making sure that is cleaned up and ready to go for the next storm event is a tremendous activity. We're at about 6,000 stormwater assets in the town alone. So that takes a tremendous amount of time and staff effort to go take a look at all those.
My job is to enforce the Clean Water Act, which is a federal mandate that is surrounding clean water and the quality of water that goes into waterways. I go and do inspections on construction sites, and we go to make sure that there's no debris, no paint, concrete washout that's going into waterways that can pollute the wildlife in rivers, and hopefully we keep that to a minimum and hopefully non-existent. I also go and do asset inspections, and what that means, an asset is a catch basin, which captures all the water that's going in a system of storm drains. And I will go in and take a look and make sure that the piping inside of those catch basins are clean and that they're allowing for water flow efficiently.
I handle all of the mapping for our particular department. That's mapping of floodplains, mapping of assets that the town owns and private assets. I also handle a lot of creation of figures and report quality stuff to hand off to mayor and council or for anybody else who has to do a presentation. With regard to the floodplain mapping, the reason that we do that is to keep people safe and not standing ankle deep in water. So you'd want to know the location of the floodplain so that you can keep that new development outside of it.
Particularly when it comes to floodplain management. If we do our jobs here at the Stormwater Utility, and subsequently the town of Oro Valley, we are minimizing the risk of flooding potential to structures. That in tune can reduce the amount of flood insurance folks might have to pay. In addition, it also minimizes the amount of reconstruction that infrastructure sees. So if a roadway, for example, is designed properly and reviewed properly, we can extend the service life of that infrastructure much more so than if we didn't have any design standards or nobody reviewing projects. So there's a direct benefit to our residents here in Oro Valley by the work we're doing at the Stormwater Utility.